France advanced to the final of the 2018 World Cup with a 1-0 victory over Belgium on Tuesday, which means Les Bleus will need an opponent for Sunday's world champion Croatia clash in Moscow, Russia. They'll get one on Wednesday, when a pair of mild to medium surprises, England and Croatia, face off in the second semi-final at the Luzhniki Stadium, side of the final in 4 days' time. More, France edge past Belgium to reach World Cup final. For one side, it'll be the end of an unforgettable era in the 24-year soccer history of country of just over 4 million people. For the other, the start of what could prove a redefining generation of young, affable players all pulling in the same direction. For England, this tournament has been a tale of changing narratives and opinions, a team full of youngsters too green to know any better, a togetherness which has seen them through tough times, and the reversal of more than 20 years of major tournament history and heartbreak. Harry Kane has all but secured the Golden Boot after scoring 6 goals, 3 from the penalty spot, plus another conversion in the shootout triumph over Colombia, in the Three Lions' first 5 games, but it was set-piece and aerial dominance that helped Gareth Southgate's side past Sweden in the quarter-finals on Saturday. Harry Maguire and Dele Alli headed past the Swedes en route to a 2-0 victory, guiding England to their first semi-final appearance since 1990, and just their third ever. More, latest 2018 World Cup news. Croatia, on the other hand, find themselves reaping the rewards, at long last, of a golden generation of players, who for so long teased with potential and promise, but never made good on their proverbial dark horse status at major tournaments. Luka Modric, Mario Mandzukic and Ivan Rakitic, 295 international appearances between them, are all on the wrong side of 30 and could very well call full-time on their international careers after the weekend concludes. In short, this is it for them, a trio of indomitable legends in their homeland. After winning back-to-back penalty shootouts to reach their second-ever 1998 World Cup semi-final, Croatia's tank will be closer to empty than any of the 4 sides still competing in Russia, but Modric believes they can dig deep once more and qualify for the final. At certain times we lacked power, but we played 2 times 120 minutes of football in 6 days, he said this week. Of course this will leave a mark on you. You have to pay the toll for such exertions. But thank God we've shown our character. Follow at Andy MLS. Gareth Southgate is presently performing a complex balancing act. He's simultaneously attempting to guide England into Sunday's World Cup final, while being forced to stave off rising, and potentially crippling, expectations for his young squad, but also using his side's trip to Wednesday's semi-final as a motivational point for iterations of the national team. More, France edge past Belgium to reach World Cup final. Such is the task the manager must meet head-on when the Three Lions suddenly, but expectedly, become one of the feel-good stories and most endearing sides at a major tournament. It's an identity and mentality that Southgate and co. have been working to forge over a number of years in tournaments at various youth levels. Quotes from The Guardian. I've been involved in all the plans really, right through the age groups. To have seen our younger teams have success has been hugely rewarding. We know our academies at club level are producing really good players, technically good players. We made a lot of changes with the national teams that helped us be successful. We believe we have to continue doing that, to constantly evolve and improve. With this team, it's the same. The experiences of the last few weeks, the milestones they've hit, will be a great reference point moving forward. The more big games we're involved in, the more pressure situations they're involved in and emerge from successful, the more belief it will build. We have a core group of young players in this squad we believe will take us forward, and others coming through the age group teams with good experiences who have belief they can win, but also expectations that we should be in quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals more regularly. That's what we wanted to do with our younger teams. All of that work is great, but you really have to achieve at senior level in the end for that to be fulfilled. And we have a great opportunity now to get to a World Cup final. As for what he expects from the Three Lions beyond this World Cup, Southgate firmly believes that this team is nowhere near the level they're going to be capable of. Sometimes you have to go through difficult times as a team, and failures, to learn and to improve. There were a lot of young players involved in the team 2 years ago who suffered a huge disappointment, and we could have ignored that, and tried to be positive and look to the future. But we felt it was important to learn from it, unpack it a bit, and find out why we'd gone so long without winning a knockout game. We've been fortunate. The FA has backed us financially to bring in a lot of staff, experts in lots of fields, physical, medical, coaching, to offer good support for the players. We've planned really well, and learned as much as we can. We're starting to see through the age groups some success because of that, but it's an ongoing process. This team is nowhere near the level they're going to be capable of, partly because of their age, but also because they'll have more big match experiences over the next few years. We are excited about the future, but we want to make the most of this opportunity as well. Follow at @AndyTheMLS. 2 years to the day after losing in the final of the 2016 European Championship on home soil, France booked their place in the final of the 2018 World Cup with a 1-0 victory over Belgium, narrowly besting their northern neighbors in a thrilling, end-to-end affair at the Luzhniki Stadium in St. Petersburg, Russia. More latest 2018 World Cup news. Samuel Umtiti scored the game's only goal. The 19-year-old Kylian Mbappé will undoubtedly be remembered as the star of 2018's first semi-final for his constant threat on the counterattack, and one moment of individual flair and brilliance against a packed-in Belgian defense. Hugo Lloris began the battle of the goalkeepers when he denied one of 4 current and former Tottenham Hotspur teammates turned foe, thwarting the game's first clear-cut scoring chance in the 22nd minute. Toby Alderweireld corralled the ball in the box after Nasser Chadli's corner kick near the penalty spot. Alderweireld turned on the ball and fired through a sea of bodies toward Lloris' right-hand post, but the French captain went full stretch to make a stunning save. Lloris' opposite number and London rival, Chelsea's Thibaut Courtois, made a save nearly as impressive 6 minutes before half-time, denying Benjamin Pavard, who made a long, underlapping run into the penalty area and fired towards the far post from a tight angle with a reactive kick save. Click here for live and on-demand coverage of the World Cup online and via the NBC Sports app. France needed just 6 second-half minutes to find the breakthrough, and it came as so many goals have done during this tournament, via set piece. Watch here. 69 of this World Cup's 158 goals have been scored from set pieces. Antoine Griezmann served it up to the near post, where Marouane Fellaini was matched up against Umtiti, but it was the Barcelona defender who won the battle for positioning and rose highest to head past Courtois. Lloris was forced to come up big again in the 81st minute, when Axel Witsel unloaded a swerving drive toward his left-hand post. Hit from all of 25 yards out, Witsel's shot violently moved left to right, but Lloris got 2 hands behind it and punched it away to safety. Live World Cup scores. France will now wait 24 hours to learn who they'll face in Sunday's final in Moscow. England are favorites against Croatia, but that has meant very little, as in, next to nothing, during this tournament. Follow at @AndyTheMLS. Today might just be the day Samuel Umtiti becomes a World Cup semi-finals hero in France after heading home the opening goal to put Les Bleus ahead of Belgium in Tuesday's Final Four clash in St. Petersburg, Russia. Watch Live World Cup semi-final, France v Belgium, for 50 minutes. The Western European neighbors thrilled and excited, but each and every attacking advance proved futile, with most of the thanks and/or blame going to world-class goalkeepers Hugo Lloris and Thibaut Courtois. More latest 2018 World Cup news. Then, in the 51st minute, Umtiti bested Marouane Fellaini, a noted aerial specialist himself, to get his head to Antoine Griezmann's corner kick. Courtois couldn't react quick enough to cover his near post, and France went 1-0 ahead. Follow at @AndyTheMLS. After what seemed like an eternity, the 2018 World Cup semi-finals are finally here. More latest 2018 World Cup news from St. Petersburg, it's a battle between two Western European nations that share a 385-mile border as France takes on Belgium. The Red Devils have been the darlings of the tournament, having come back from a 2-goal deficit to beat Japan in thrilling fashion before dispatching Brazil in the World Cup quarter-finals. France, on the other hand, have looked good but never great, except in flashes on the counter-attack in the wild 4-3 win over Argentina in the round of 16. Facing arguably the best, or second best after Argentina, front three, France will have a lot on its plate defensively. But Belgium manager Roberto Martinez is clearly worried about France's attackers, including Antoine Griezmann and Kylian Mbappé, bringing in Moussa Dembélé in a three-man holding midfield trio. Click here for live and on-demand coverage of the World Cup online and via the NBC Sports app. Tuesday's match promises to be yet another exciting, dramatic match in a World Cup that has been filled to the brim with drama. The 18 World Cup schedule, Tuesday, July 10th, quarterfinals, France vs Belgium, St. Petersburg, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, live coverage.